Enter to serve, go forth to learn. This is the message that boldly stands at the entrance of our great university. It is a call to each of us to be a light unto our nation. One way we can fulfill this call is through our civic responsibilities. Today, I will be talking about the importance of voting and why you should vote. As college students, we are all of legal voting age and have the right to make our voices heard. We are in the middle of an election year, and as such, it is important for each of us to be actively engaged in our political system. I am a senior studying political science and have taken many courses dealing with elections and voter participation and how it affects our nation. Today, I will be talking about how the lack of voter participation is a problem in our country, a few reasons why it is important to vote, and finally, I will address 3 prominent concerns that you may have as potential voters. According to the U.S. Census Bureau, 18 to 24-year-olds are the lowest registered age group when it comes to voting. They also hold the lowest voter participation rate. In the 2010 election, 40.8% of 18 to 24-year-olds registered to vote, and only 20% actually voted in the election. This is a shockingly low statistic. Likewise, I did a survey on a group of BYU students and found similar results. 61% of students are registered to vote, and only 39% of students have actually voted in an election. The reasons students gave why they do not vote are as follows. Number 1, my vote doesn't matter. Number 2, I don't know how to register. And number 3, I'm not registered in Utah. Professor Monson of BYU says, "It is a shame that students aren't as engaged in politics. They are the future leaders of our country, and yet they care more about Facebook updates than they do about the upcoming election. Something needs to change." Likewise, the official LDS church stance on the matter is as follows. Members are encouraged to register to vote, to study issues and candidates carefully, and to vote for individuals whom they believe will act with integrity and sound judgment. Finally, voting is our civic responsibility. Calvin Coolidge once said, "The whole system of American government rests on the ballot box. Unless citizens perform their duties there, such a system of government is doomed to failure." There are so many important reasons why we should vote. I will now address the 3 concerns that you may have as voters. Concern number 1, my vote doesn't matter. There's so many governmental policies that affect us every single day, especially at a local level. I will give 3 examples. Number 1, it's your money. Local, state, and federal officials that you vote for will decide how much of your money to invest in public services and how to fairly share the tax burden. Number 2, it's your job. State and federal officials will influence policies that will affect things like minimum wage, job security, and workplace safety. Finally, it's your neighborhood. The elected officials that you vote for will decide things like crime prevention, law enforcement, and safe and affordable housing. These are policies that affect us every single day, and especially at the local and state level, you definitely have a say of what goes on in your own community. Concern number 2, I don't know how to register. I have found the website vote411.org to be especially helpful in registering to vote. Here you can find specific information regarding your state and the deadlines that it may have. You can fill out a registration application online and even find polling places near you and what candidates and issues will be on the ballot. All you need is a valid form of photo ID, and typically you must register 30 days before the election. Concern number 3, I'm not registered in Utah. Many BYU students are not from Utah, but don't worry, you can still vote while you're out here going to school. All you need to do is fill out an absentee application. You can find that on vote411.org, and you mail it to your county clerk's office. Later on, you'll receive a ballot in the mail. All you have to do is fill it out and mail it back before the day of the election. The next general election is Tuesday, November 6th. I challenge you all to register and vote to make your voice heard. In conclusion, I hope you all remember how the lack of voter participation is a problem in our country, the reasons why it is important to vote, and finally, how simple it is to both register to vote and vote using an absentee ballot. And above all, may you remember that your vote makes a difference. So the next time you drive past the sign at the entrance of BYU, may you remember what it means to enter to learn, go forth to serve.